All right, this is our final Layens hive out here in our yards. Again, I have one over at my neighbor's, and then I have two over here. This is a Layens hive I actually bought off of Craigslist. Somebody was selling it, and these things normally can run $400 or $500. I got this for less than two with frames. I put my own organic wax foundation on the ones that needed it. And again, I'm only inspecting these girls because this one I actually didn't have a feeder for, so I bought an entrance feeder like this, and I've been using a jar, and as you can see, it's all the way empty. Um, so I'm going to feed them one more time with some Honeybee Healthy and some sugar water, 1 to 1. And then that'll probably be the last time I feed these girls, because I expect when I look in here, I'm going to see some nectar, which means we're starting to get on our way. This frame here, this first frame, sorry, second frame, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah, has drawn comb on it on one side, not started on the other. All of these hives were installed on the 18th of April, so all of them are exactly 3 weeks old today. Some of them got started right away because they've already got eggs emerging, and if it's 21 days, that would have been today. This, I mean, this queen is straight up baller. This thing's already laid out to here. Yeah, almost all the way laid out. In fact, she's probably up here somewhere. They'll sometimes protect her in these little balls, but you can see they got wax drawn out, and man, this thing is all legs. 3-day old, it looks like. Maybe a couple 2-day old. But man, this queen is already just, whew, she is something. This hive has already been just really amazing. Come on, out of the way, out of the way. There. I try not to smash them because these top bar hives, they 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 seal together. So it's not like a Langstroth hive where you get a lot of space. These ones actually seal together, and you can smash bees pretty easily. It's all larvae. It's got some capped honey on the top, you can see already. Laid out all the way. Again, I don't need to look for the queen necessarily because I see all her work. And what I do is, again, I push these all together when I put them in. I put them back in because then I'll move them all as a unit, and that'll reduce the amount of squishy bees. Oh man. So this one is interesting because that is drone brood in the middle. That is a lot of drone brood in the middle. Now I think this is the comb that was already in here. It is. So this must have been a drone frame prior, and they just filled it with drone comb because it is all drone. Below it is all female, I think. But yeah, they've got a lot of drone brood in here. I'm going to have to uncap some of this drone brood and test it for varroa mite. So if you don't know, you can check preliminary for varroa mite by taking your uncapping comb and, or I think it's called an uncapping comb, but uncapping tool, and then just picking at that comb. I got to be real careful though, because that frame doesn't have any wire. It's only got a stick running through it. And by turning it the way I'm turning it, I can actually lose that. That comb, if it's warm, it'll flop right out. This is just wall to wall baby bees coming our way. Wall to wall. So you can see, I mean, they have just laid it out. It is 100% capped brood with a little bit of honey up top and a little bit of pollen. Last frame here. Now what I did too, a lot of people didn't think about this, is I put these little screws here because getting in between these can sometimes be a trick. And I figured the screw would give me a little bit of leverage if I needed it. This is all capped brood and honey. 100% capped brood. A little bit of honey on the top. So this is a perfect frame. It's interesting that this is the frame closest to the wall because eventually this will become a honey frame. And eventually they won't. Like I said, I hate squishing the bees. It's 100% honey frame, or will be. But for right now, man, what a hive. There's a girl in here with some pollen pants. It's probably twice her weight. Just going to brush them all back in here. And I'm going to close them up. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill this up with some sugar water. And again, these work where they just have holes here. You fill it up and then you flip it over and it's got suction. And they can come in them little holes and eat. Just an entrance feeder. Again, I'm using 1-to-1-ish. I thinned it out a little bit, but it's pretty close to 1-to-1 sugar water with a little bit of honeybee healthy. And I'm only doing this because these hives were packages and they had no drawn comb. And this will help them get the drawn comb that they need to feel prepared for the upcoming nectar flow. So that thing just sits here and you can see there's an entrance here. The bees can get up under it, eat, and then they can do their thing. Literally, I hope you can see this. You just do that, it stops dripping. Put it in there like so. And then I just drop it straight down. A little bit came out, but that's all right. And I lift it up and they go at it. And it makes them pretty happy. I'm putting these frames against it just so that if my board were to fall out, it'll hit the frames and not the sugar water. I don't want to drown them. And that's that. So Honeybee Healthy is a really good substitute for them. It gets them to kind of get in there and get at that sugar water. But it also has some health nutrients for them, and it smells like lemongrass, which is something they like. So anyway, there you go.